Yeehaw! And they'll never know it's healthy and good for them. Mom for the win. If cooking is your love language, you're going to love this recipe. Not only are these pancakes delicious, but they are so much healthier than traditional white flour pancakes. And you'll be showing yourself and your loved ones that you care for their health in addition to their sweet tooth. And even if you don't have to eat gluten-free, you're gonna love these homegrown flavors, which include the superfood oats, as well as some maple syrup and olive oil and a little bit of apple cider vinegar and vanilla. We're gonna start by grinding our oat flour, and I've just dumped 3 cups of oats into the cup that comes with my NutriBullet mixer. And I seriously use this probably at least 2 times a day. You just screw on the lid and then twist it on. And in less than 10 seconds, you have a wonderful oat flour. Now we're going to add all of our wet ingredients, and we're going to start with 4 eggs, and then we're going to add 1/4 cup of maple syrup. We will also add 1/4 cup of olive oil, and I like to use the extra light virgin olive oil in my baking. Next, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla for flavor, as well as 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And not only does it give it a little health kick, but it also gives it a little more flavor. I'm also going to add 1½ cups of almond milk, but you can use any milk that you like. Now we're going to take a whisk and just mix all that together, making sure that all of our eggs are well incorporated. Now we're going to add our 3 cups of oats, and then we'll add 1½ tablespoons of baking powder. And I like to use the kind without any aluminum. And then we'll finish it off with 1 teaspoon of salt. We'll take our whisk and mix all of this together. I can already smell those delicious flavors of the maple syrup with that little hit of the apple cider vinegar, as well as the oats. That smells delicious. Oh man, that was open the whole time, wasn't it? Okay, we'll just give this one quick little spray, non-stick. Now we're going to use 1/3 cup to scoop out our batter into our pan. You can see that is just the right consistency, nice and thick, but not spreading out too far. And now we wait, and we watch those little bubbles that are starting to form around the top of the pancake. All right, that is ready to flip. Okay, I've been working on my flipping skills. Woohoo, got it. Ooh, look at that golden brown color with all those bubbles, and it's just nice and fluffy. You'll never miss the white flour. Bring in a board to set those on once they're cooked. Ooh, look at that. Nicely done. All right, here we go again. And you may find that after your batter sits for a few minutes that it will start to thicken up a little bit. And if it gets a little bit thicker, you can just add a little more of your milk to it to thin it out to the original consistency. Okay, let's see if I can be 2 for 2 on my pancake flipping. Woo! Almost in the middle. We'll just move the pan over a little bit. But that's probably just barely on the well done side. We wouldn't want it cooked any darker than that. Yeehaw! All right, so this is probably just barely on the done enough side, so somewhere in the middle is probably perfect. I'll keep practicing. I like using 1/3 cup of batter because then it makes a pancake that fits nice and neat into a toaster. So you can make a larger batch like this and then be able to store them in the freezer or even in the fridge, and then you can just pop it in the toaster in the morning and they're ready to go. This recipe makes about 16 medium-sized pancakes, which is perfect if you have guests over for the weekend or a large family, or you just like to make a bunch ahead of time that you can eat throughout the week. And this was one of our Oops pancakes, which we like in our family because that means we get to sample it. This is definitely the best part. That was so delicious even without any syrup or anything else on it. And it has a lot of flavor to it by adding that little bit of the apple cider vinegar. And I get the hearty flavor of the oats, as well as just a little bit of sweetness from the maple syrup, which is a natural sweetener, so we haven't used any processed white sugar in these pancakes. So if you have teenagers or kids in your house, you know that if you set out the bottle of syrup and a bunch of pancakes, they're probably going to go hog wild on it. So to come up with a slightly more nutritious option for them, I started making this naturally sweetened, I guess I could call it an apple maple syrup. So I just start with about half a cup of some unsweetened applesauce. There we go. And then I pour in we'll go with 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and a pinch of salt. And let's give that a stir. So now they're getting some additional nutrition from the applesauce, and they're also using up less maple syrup because we all know it costs a lot more than the high fructose corn syrups that you can buy at the store. You can try both of those together. A little bit of that apple maple syrup. That is so delicious, and they'll never know it's healthy and good for them. Mom for the win. Now to add an additional superfood to this breakfast and even kick the nutrition up a notch, I'm going to make just a real quick honey cream cheese Greek yogurt. So I'll start by using whipped cream cheese. It's just easier to work with on the spot, and I'm just putting in about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. And then I'll take some plain Greek yogurt. And this is actually Greek yogurt that I make in a crock pot just at home. So we'll add an equal amount of that Greek yogurt. And then I'm going to add a touch of honey. So just on my spatula, I'll kind of measure this out and say, that's about a tablespoon of honey. And we'll give it just a pinch of salt. And then just mix that around real quick. Now to assemble our pancake. Start with a plate. Give ourselves 1 oat pancake. Then we're going to pour over some of our apple maple syrup mix. Spread that around. Then we're going to add a nice plop, that's a measurement, right? Of our honey cream cheese Greek yogurt. Make sure I get all 3 of those in one bite. I thought of this combination last night, but hadn't actually tried it yet. That tastes even better than I imagined. But why stop now? We can add an additional superfood of some berries. So now we have 3 superfoods on this plate. We have the oats, we have Greek yogurt, and now we have berries. And we haven't used any processed sugar. We haven't used any white flour. So this breakfast is gluten-free, anti-inflammatory, easily digestible, and naturally sweetened. And all of those contribute to a gentle tummy, which is what I'm all about. Okay, we gotta try it with the raspberries. It just keeps getting better. That is so good. Okay, I need a moment. So pancakes are such a popular comfort food, and that definitely is firing on all cylinders. Not only will I feel good after eating it, but emotionally I'm totally satisfied by eating classic pancakes that I've loved since I was a kid. Hopefully I don't have raspberry seeds in my teeth, but thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen today. And if you'd like to see more healthy recipes like this one, be sure to visit my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to click the like button and please take a seat in my kitchen and subscribe to my channel. And if you have a friend who you think would also like this recipe, please go ahead and share it with them. Bye for now.